So now we move straight ahead to the geometric mean or the geometric mean. Alright. So the geometric mean is a type of mean that is computed for figures which are in the form of percentages or rate. Alright, in the form of percentages or rate. So the formula, we've been given a formula for the geometric mean over here. Alright, the geometric mean over here. Or so it's either you go by this over here, or we can use the antilog. Alright, antilog. So antilog of summation of log x over n, so the number of values. However, if the rate increases sequentially, the formula becomes this. Alright, so we should take note of this. If the rate increases sequentially, the formula becomes this over here. Alright, so the nth root of 1 plus x1 bracket close 1 plus x2 bracket close to, let's say, xn minus 1, or antilog summation log x over n minus 1. Alright, so let's take note of that. So the first question that we're looking at over here, the first example that we do using as part of our study is this. So Christy earns 6,000 cedis this year. The income grows by 10%, 15%, and 13%. Compute the average growth rate and the total amount by which the income will grow. Alright, the income grows by 10%, 15%, and 13%. Compute the average growth rate and the total amount by which the income will grow. So when we hear, upon hearing average, we know that average is dealing with mean. Alright, mean. Now, over here, we have the various formulas that we can apply over here. Now, it says that looking at the second instance over here, when the rate grows sequentially. Now, in this question, we can see that the income of Christy grows sequentially. So, first it goes by 10%, next it goes by 15%, and then it goes by 13%. Alright, so we are going to leverage on this formula, leverage on that formula to compute the average growth rate, all right, and the total amount by which the income will grow. So as you can see over here, now let's leverage on Excel to make these computations, all right. Or if you have your calculator, you can just go. So n truth, so n is the number of growth, or the growth rate. So there's been 3 growth rates given. So we have the 10%, the 15%. So we have the 10%, we have the 15%, then we have the 13%. All right. So let's go into Excel and see how we can leverage on it to compute that. Okay. So let me just calculate it again. So now the example that we are, so this is for Christy. All right. So in year one, all right, in year one, the income grows by 10%. In year two, it grows by 15%. Then in year three, it goes by 13%. Okay, it goes by 13%. So let me just find it. All right, it goes by 13%. Now, over here, what we look at is that, in Excel there is a geometric mean function. All right, there's a geometric mean function that we can use, and that's the GEOMEAN function. So what it does is that over here, to compute the geometric mean using the GEOMEAN function, you just go equal to then GEOMEAN. Right, so GEOMEAN over here. So the GEOMEAN returns the geometric mean of an array of or range of positive numeric data. All right, positive numeric data. So you take note of that, positive numeric data. Okay, so the GEOMEAN, then I'll select the range of the growth percentage, and I just hit enter. Right, now when I do so, this is the figure that I'm getting. So I can increase the how do you call it, the decimals. Okay, can increase the decimals, 12.5. Now, to be on the safer side, what I also did in addition is that I um based on, so what I did over here is that based on the formulas that we have learned over here. All right, you write an equation in Excel to also find the geometric mean that we have. All right, so that's what's written over here. Okay, so let me just do it once again over here. After using this GeoMean, what I want us to also do once again is that let's also write an equation to uh, let's write an equation by using the formula that we are aware of over here. All right, and let's see if we get the same answer. All right, so we're going to write this formula over here in Excel. Okay. So in writing my formula in Excel, so equal to, so my first one is 1 plus the 13, sorry, the 10%, bracket close, plus 1 plus 15%, plus, sorry, so please remember it's multiplication, not plus, into bracket 1 plus the 13%, bracket close, 1 plus 15, bracket close. Alright, then raised to the power. Now, you see that when we are dealing with the geometric mean function, alright, we can write the cube root of this expression, alright, under the cube root. Now, in Excel, in writing this cube root, what you can do that, you know that in, let's say, in statistics, alright, or in, let's say, in mathematics, if I have the cube root of, let's say, 75, you know that it's equal to 75 raised to the power 1 over 3, right? You know that it's the same thing, right? So that's what we are going to use in Excel, right, in the equation. So raised to the power 1 over 3, raised to the power 1 over 3, all right, minus 1. All right, so after writing this long formula over here, as you can see in the formula bar, all right, so we are getting 0.1264. So let's say in two decimal place, let's see what we get. 1.3. All right, so let me run this to two decimal places. I'm getting 1.3. All right, 1.3, 1.3. But you can see that looking at the decimal, there are little, they are not just exactly the same. Oh, I think they are. Okay, so let me see this. Okay, so using the GeoMean function and using the formulas, you can see there are not much similarities in the figures, alright? So 12.65 and 12.49, alright? So that's how you can use the GeoMean, and you can also use the geometric mean function to compute the geometric mean of, let's say, a data, alright? So in this example, that is Christie's annual growth rate. So yes, so in answering the question asked for us to compute the average growth rate and the total amount by which the income will grow. Alright. So after computing the annual growth rate, okay, this is the annual growth rate that we have. So we can compute the amount by which the income will grow. Alright, amount by which the income will grow. And we can do so also over here. Alright. So now looking at the amount by which the income will grow. So let me just delete this and let's start everything all over. Alright, so let's say we have the years. Alright, the years, and let's say we have the income for that year, then we have the growth rate, then we can have the year end balance. Alright, so the first year, so let's say year one. So year one, Christie's income His fixed income was 6,000. All right. His fixed income was 6,000. So let's go. So yeah, when the income is 6,000, then the growth rate. So the growth rate, let me see, is equal to. What is happening? So the growth rate is equal to this over here. All right. Okay. In the year end balance, to get the year end balance, we just multiply the income by the yearly growth rate. Okay. So that will be equal to this multiplied by this. Alright, so this will be the growth. Okay, so the growth, sorry. Then this will be the year end balance. Okay, so to the year end balance will just be equal to the income plus the growth. Alright, yes. Now you can also go ahead and compute for year two. Alright, so year two. So for year two, let me see if it's able to year two. Alright. So the year two, the income for year two will be this. Alright. So as you can see over here. So the income for year two will be the 6,000 plus the growth that has accrued on the money. Alright. Plus the growth that has accrued on the money. So that's what you are seeing over here. This. So in year two, the income in year two will begin with the year one's end balance. Alright. Then we know the growth rate. The growth rate is there. You know the growth rate. Just copy using Control Shift and the how do you call this? And the comma sign. Alright, to copy from the cells above. Now we've already written the formula over here, so you can either drag down or better so you can copy the formula from one cell to another. Alright. And we've done that in our previous lessons in Excel, so you can also refer to that. Then the year end balance, we already have it, so we drag it down. Alright. So now our year 3 balance will be this. Okay. Then the same growth rate, then the growth. Alright, 963. Then the year end balance, we can drag it down. So since I'm dealing with figures, then let me minimize or reduce the decimals to 2 decimal places. Alright. So now the question is asking is that compute the average growth rate and the total amount by which the income will grow. Alright. So we can go ahead. So after computing the year 3, the total amount by which the income will grow is 963, and the total amount at the end of the 3 years will be this. Alright, so at the end of year 3, so you can see it over here. At the end of year 3, the growth rate for the third year will be 963 as computed over here, and the income at the end of the third year will be the 8,577.01 as stated over here. So mine is 02 because we run after all the figures. Alright, exactly. So this is how we go about with the third question that we have. Alright, so the question about 50. If you have any question or anything you didn't understand, you just leave it in the comment section. We'll address it for you. However, this data or this Excel file will also be a link will be placed in the comment section where you can have access to this Excel file. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. So the next question that we are having is that the export of cocoa in Ghana increased by 30% in 2009, decreased by 22% in 2010, and then increased again by 45% in the next year. The increase or decrease in each year is being measured in comparison to the previous year. Calculate the average growth rate of change of cocoa exports per annum. Alright, so we are computing the average growth rate, and in this instance too, we are going to leverage on the geometric mean. Alright, so we have that over here. Okay, so let me just create this to have see very well. Alright. So over here, we have the formula over here and how we can go about it over here. And the reason why I introduced this over here is I want us to compare it to the GEOMEAN function that we looked at in the first example. In this instance, we can't use the GEOMEAN function. Alright, so we should take note. We can't use the GEOMEAN function. The reason being that, so let's look at something. So if you look at the GEOMEAN, it says it returns the geometric mean of an array or range of positive numeric data. And in this instance, in 2010, the question is telling us that there was a decrease. There was a decrease, it means we are having negative 22. Alright, as you can see over here, it says that in 2010 it decreased. Alright, so the cocoa export decreased by 22%. So what we are going to leverage on is that we are going to use sorry, so we are going to use, or we are going to write an equation to compute the geometric mean over here, and we are going to go by this. Alright, so over here we are going ahead and calculate our geometric mean. Alright, so for our geometric mean, we are going to use this formula over here. So the nth root of 1 plus x1 times 1 plus x2 times 1 plus x3 times 1 plus x4 minus 1. Alright, so I'll go ahead. So equal to, into bracket, 1 plus my x1. Okay, so let me just, this is negative 22. Oh, sorry. I'll try to make it rather. Negative 22. Alright, so our geometric mean equal to, so you can kindly pay attention to the formula bar over here. So equal to, then we have 1 plus the growth rate in 2009 times 1 plus the growth rate in 2010 times 1 plus the growth rate in 2011 times 1 plus the growth rate in 2012. Okay, and close it. Now, I'm dealing with my fourth root. Alright, my fourth root. So raised to the power 1 over 4. So I explained that in the previous example. 1 over 4 minus 1. Alright, so I'm getting 20.837. So let's see if it's correct. Alright, so our computation over here, so you can see that we are getting 20.835. So 20.835 over here. Alright, now the question is asking is that we should calculate the average rate of change of cocoa export. So with this we can say that the average rate of cocoa export is 20.835, which we've calculated over here. Alright, which we calculated over here. Alright,